going for a. So let us start our journey. So I look into the recording start. Sometime it takes time. So, so our question remains: what is real self? But in order to know the real self, it is very important we should know what is not real self. And then the third question, what we witness here and now. And you have a clear answer in your intellect that is endowed with, do you remember the four powers of intellect? Faith, dharana, decision making, and then continuing with that when these four powers of the intellect is realized in the mind. And we also discussed about four types of intellect. In the last session, we discussed about four powers of intellect, four types of intellect, and then we discussed about discernment and dispassion along with the six treasures. With all these things present in the mind as in knowledge, as in awareness, we have to answer what is real self, what is not real self. Now, I know everything, but then we have to realize that. We may be knowing it. And what we witness here and now. No, I'm not confused. I'm very clear. Many people tell me, I said, yes, you are right. They're not confused. We teachers are confused. Are you aware of me? Yes. Say yes. So you are aware of me looking at my body. You know that you are different from me. Clear? Are you aware of your body? Yes. So awareness is common. You are aware of my body. You are aware of your body. Then why you claim that your body is you? Why not this body is me, is you also? Are you getting it? I'm taking a important question. Three questions. What is real self? What is not? And what we witness here and now. I'm witnessing. I'm aware of home. Very good. Wall. This wall is different from me. I'm aware of the body. How come this body is me? Do you see that? Think of this. Think. Just become aware. I'm aware of the computer. Very good. I'm also aware of the body, but my mind says I am the body. I'm aware of the body. Body is not me, but I'm aware of the computer. Computer is not me. Is it not a confusion? That is why we need discernment and dispassion. So, in order to in order to not only discover, but actually live into that state that I am the real self, we have to answer three questions. What are the three questions? What is real self clearly? And then what is not real self? We should filter out. Now, this is my house, this is your house, so your house is different from me. Similarly, I'm the real self and I'm not the real self. I should filter. Do you agree? You can say yes. I'm not making any wrong statement. And then what we witness here and now, the moment I wake up, I become aware. Three questions. With that three questions, we can solve this confusion. But in order to solve that, answer these questions, our intellect must work supported by discernment, dispassion, constant listening and learning. And we should remember the four types of intellect, because that four types of the intellect keeps the mind pure so that I have a right perception. Huh? So that we have a right perception. If you have a dust in your eyes, you cannot see me. So we have many dust particles in the mind. If they are not clear, we cannot see. So now our master explains from one of the texts what exactly is the real self with reference to the three questions. Are you clear about three questions? What is real self? What is not real self? What we witness here and now. You have to remove that confusion. स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीर व्यतिरिक्त पंचकोशातीतः सन्नवस्थात्रय साक्षी सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप सन्न यस्तिष्ठति सो आत्मा. Based on these three questions, the master is defining the real self. Real self is other than three bodies: physical body, subtle body, and causal body. So we are answering that question. What is not real self in the beginning? The real self is not the five coverings over the real self. Clear? Now the master is answering that what we witness the waking, dream, and the sleep state. They are not me. And after, in the last, it answers what is real self, and that we have already understood. Existence, consciousness, bliss. That real self is pure consciousness. That pure consciousness is existence, consciousness, and bliss. So then the master says that real self is beyond all the three bodies, five covering, three states. That is what the real self is. Are you clear how the masters define based on the three questions? What is real self? What is not real self? And what we witness from moment to moment. The moment to moment we witness, if our perception and the knowledge behind that perception is not clear, then we fall into delusion, confusion. That is why we should have a discernment and dispassion. That is why we should have a four powers of the intellect, and that is why we should have four types of intellect. We will go each. What is not real self? The three bodies. We will go each step. How that we are none of the three bodies. We should be 100% clarity is there. Why we are not the five coverings. And what exactly is the witness? I witness this body, I am the body. I witness your body. I am not the body. Are you making fun of your own mind? Do you see? Do you see from where the master comes? I know you means I know your body. Here is David, here is Jerry, here is Stephen Weber. Okay. And I know it means I'm different from you. I know this body also. How come I'm not different from this body? Why it has come? Why that idea is there? Why that feeling is there? Because of attachment. We may be Miss Universe or Mr. Universe, we are not the body. You see? So again, saying that we have to go into deep each and every thing, that when the master says we are not the three bodies, so we will pick up each body in the following sessions and we will understand that why and how we are not this physical body, how and why we are not the subtle body, how we are not the causal body. Causal body means which is the cause of the physical and which is the cause of the subtle body. How we have the five coverings, there is another deeper explanation and understanding that we are none of these five coverings over the real self. So that answers the first question, what real self is not. And then we answer that what we witness, or means simply what we are aware, or make it more simple, what I know. I know Terry is there. I know body is here. The word know is common. So when I know Terry, my mind says Terry is different from me. So why my mind says that I am the body? I know the body. We'll go a step. And then comes that we are the real self existence, consciousness, bliss behind all this. So only the purified state of the mind, which is calm, which is full of discernment and dispassion, can discover the real self. Thousands of the practices will not help if the knowledge is not right. If we do not go into the details of what we are not, and what we are aware of. Let me add another point. Aware of. I'm aware of you. I'm aware of the house. I'm aware of the body. What is the difference between the three? There is no difference. Master says simple. If I'm aware of any object, anything, that is different from me. I cannot be that. Are you clear about this? What will happen, Brandy, if you say I'm not the body? So what will happen? Only the best thing will happen. We awaken to that. You see that why it is important to know what we are not. Now answer this question. And you see that we are 100% clear in the material world. That is why you have a specific address of your home. Do you see that? Why it is important to know what we are not is the most effective way that we use every day, habitually, subconsciously. Where is my house? In Arizona. Where is the restroom? No, you go straight and turn right. There you can see. You see the clarity? It means when I'm going straight, whatever I find on the path is not the restroom. We follow it every day. I'm just making you aware because the mind lives in confusion and habitually declares, I am the body. We have the pain in the body, I am the body. I am mind when we are upset. I am emotion when we hate or attach to someone. You see, the mind jumps from one thought to the other, one feeling to the other, and declares, gives a wrong notion what I am. Why it is happening? It happens impulsively, habitually. Why? Anything that is happening impulsively, instinctively, and habitually, that cannot be me. It is because of that impulsive nature, the mind must change. It should return to the purified state. So we are answering why it is important to know what we are not. What we are not. There are two movements involved. First, become aware. When you know anything in the world through the mind, you cannot be that. Whether you say, I am upset, you are not. I'm mind says, I'm getting a pleasure, I'm not. I'm the body, I'm not. Prove it that you are. You cannot prove it. So that is why it is most important to maintain awareness what we are not. We are going step by step. What is the nature of the real and unreal self? You see how the master unfolds and makes us instantly aware. One thing is clear, what is truth and what is not truth? Untruth. So the master introduces another word here, the false. One is truth. Truth means it cannot be divided into parts. It is one undivided state of the consciousness. It does not change. Let us take the three definitions and just become aware during the day in the waking state. What does not change? What is not in the part? Body is in the parts. It is not the real. Mind is in parts. Mind is changing. Body is changing. I'm not. So we have two things that is very clear. What is truth and what is untruth? So Master introduces that the mind by default, due to physical survival, the false also enters into the mind. And that false is known as the mithya, that causes the delusion, that causes the attachment, that causes sorrow and the suffering. So there are three things by which we understand truth, real self, unreal, that does not exist. I can say no elephant is flying in the sky, it is not true. But then what comes in the false that appears true but is not true? That causes the delusion. I am the body. It appears I am the body, but I am really not the body, is false. If we do not remove this false in the field of awareness, we cannot reach to that real self. I believe you all are getting. I gave many examples. I gave many examples. The blueness of the sky, the water in the mirage, the wave in the ocean. And we also discussed about Maya, the name in the form. Do you remember? Name in the form. any name in the form appears to exist but do not exist. Oh, we say that my body is made up of protein, carbohydrate. Oh, can you show me the protein, carbohydrate? Remember again I'm saying, first thing is what is real. Real is real self, Sachidanand, existence, consciousness, and bliss. What is unreal? That does not exist. I need not to worry about it. But I have to be concerned about false. What do you mean by the false? That appears to exist, but it does not. Because it appears to exist, it attracts me. Impulsively, instinctively, it causes the attachment. It causes the detachment. And that results into unending sorrow and the suffering in our life. That is known as mithya. Mithya means that which appears true, but it is not true. Again, I'm repeating, blueness of the sky. Blueness will continue to appear. But the knowledge in the intellect proves that sky is not blue. The knowledge, I will continue to see the waves, but ultimately I understand that the wave is nothing but water. So our body is different waves. They will rise, they will fall. I am not the body. I am not the body. In day to day life, if we live with those four powers of the intellect, four types of intellect, this falsehood can easily be resolved. And in that state, your mind is always in calm and peace. False. That appears true, but it is not true. So that appears true, mind projects that this is me. This is mine. That results into, once we are aware of that, what happens? The knowledge is there. Knowledge from the intellect moves to the mind. You are doing a practice of meditation. The mind has the right knowledge. It is not distracted. It is not wandering. Mind merges with the real self. Mind merges with the real self, and we are there. It's not serious in a sense of, but yes, we need an extraordinary awareness and attention to see that. In order to have an extraordinary awareness, mind should remain calm, relaxed, one-pointedness. It should have a tremendous faith. Faith we discussed about it, not a blind faith. Purified state of the mind. In that state, I am aware of the wall and I am aware of the body. What is common is awareness. But if I'm aware of the wall and wall is not me, then I'm aware of the body, body is not me. Does that make a sense? Or I'm talking of nonsense? Possible, possible. Whose mind is impure, who will say that I'm talking nonsense? Everyone's mind is pure here. Do you see the fact? You just become, oh, I'm aware of my son. Okay, I'm aware of the body. I see sun for all reasons is different from me. But I am the body. For all practical purposes, I am the body. From where this notion you have created? From where this notion, this idea was created? Three factors. First factor, real self hides behind the three bodies, five covering, and the three states. I witness the three states the way I witness everything in the world. So when all the three go together, you are already settled in the real self. You need not to do the practice. You are already into that state of meditation. So the moment you miss any of the question, any of the three questions, what is going to happen? You fall into ignorance. You are doing the practice in ignorance, misunderstanding with the wrong notion. You cannot reach to the highest state. Means I have to live into that awareness. That awareness that I am none of these three bodies, I am none of these five coverings, I am the witness of the three states. Yes, the way I witness the world, the way I witness, I am aware of the world. The second question is answered, and the third is then what is left is me. I am existence, consciousness, and bliss. And one thing should be very clear. Once you reach there, it is irreversible. Even if your mind wants to reverse it, you cannot reverse it. We used to study in chemistry reversible reaction, irreversible. It cannot be reversed. So now, did you understand the goal and the destination? You did the practice today, and now you know that it is irreversible. Done. And then you can check in your daily life, and still your mind says, no, I am the real self. Everything drops. It is not the teacher who will say that you have reached to this state. You declare that you are there. All your behavior, attitude changes from that very day. Your responses to the world changes every day, from moment to moment. So we'll understand deeply these three bodies in our following sessions, five coverings in our following sessions, and then we will also pick up the three states briefly, and then we will reach to understanding of the real self. So let us start. Close your eyes with that understanding. Eyes are closed, and